Hey fellas, Meat Trapper here. Now if you watch my channel, you know I don't do a lot of product reviews, but I've been using something here lately that really has made my life in the woods better, and I wanted to share it with you. It's a Sawyer mini water filter. Now I've used just about every method for purifying water that you can imagine. I've used the old Polar Pure crystals that you can't buy anymore because of all the drug addicts. I've used chlorine dioxide tablets. I've used Aquamira drops. I've filtered with a millbank bag and then used pump filters like Sweetwater MSR. And all of them have their pluses and their minuses, their good points and bad points. One thing I noticed with tablets is tablets can be hard to dissolve if your water is icy cold. So that's kind of a negative. I'm out and about a lot of times in cold weather. Any type of pump filter is subject to breakage. If you have a lever break or a part break, you're kind of out of luck there. You can use boiling to purify your water. That requires building a fire. That's time consuming. It's hard to do on the fly. Aquamira, which is a two-part drop system where you put so many drops of chemical A and so many drops of chemical B, mix them together. It forms chlorine dioxide. Dump that into your water, then wait a minute before you drink it. That works, that's fine, but I wanted to show you something that is really lightweight, and I'm sold on this system. So let's take a look with a few caveats, that is. So let's take a look and see how it works. Just another quick note, this is a Maxpedition Chubby, and I love this bag. This is a great organizer bag. I carry a lot of things in the woods with me, and they all fit in this bag. This is not my survival kit. This is my gear kit. This is stuff that I take with me winter, spring, summer, fall. If I'm stepping out of the truck just to go scout something real quick, or if I'm going on a multi-day camp out, this bag goes in the pack. It always stays packed. It's a little on the big side, but that way I have everything that I need. We'll talk about that in another video, but let's take a look at the filtration system. This is the entire system right here. It fits in a small Kafaru stuff sack. This is about the size of your palm. This is not only the filtration system, this is the backflow or back flushing system as well, the cleaning kit. So let's open it up and let's take a look. The first thing is the filter itself, and you can see it's a small cylindrical filter, and it has a flow indicator to show you which way the water is going to flow through the filter. The bottom of the filter, you can see right there, has threads on it, and that threads onto the included bag, or you can thread it onto a 2-liter bottle or anything that has the same size threads. This is what I call the suck end, and that's where you can suck the water out, you can drain the water out, or pump the water out. The water comes out this end. That's the end that has the cap on it. So that's the filter itself. I think it weighs about 2 ounces. Weighs nothing. They advertise a capacity of 100,000 gallons. I doubt you'll get that out of it, but we'll see. The filter comes with an included bag right here, and this is sort of like a platypus bag. Yeah, sort of a flexible canteen system right there. And one thing that a lot of people on Amazon, when I read the reviews, said is that this bag is too small. This is a 16-ounce bag, and as you're going to see, this bag is too small. What happens is you fill this bag up with dirty water out of the river or the creek, and screw the filter on, and then squeeze it into your mouth or drain it into your container. The problem is this bag is fairly stiff. This is made out of a fairly stiff material, and unless you have a good current in your water, you're not going to get 16 ounces of water in here. You may only get 4 or 5 ounces of water at a time in here. So let's take a look and I'll show you what I mean by that. Okay, so we're going to take the empty bag, we're going to submerge it in the water. Okay, so we're going to take the empty bag and we're going to submerge it into the water here. you can see we had some air come out. There's very little water in there. Very little. So let's try popping it out. Let's try prying it apart. And let's get a little more water in there. That's better. We probably got, I don't know, probably 10, maybe 12 ounces in there that time. But you have to physically pull this bag apart to get the water in there. So a bigger bag is definitely on order. If you had a lot of water to purify, if you had multiple people that this was going on, this would take a while, and frankly it would get a little old. So let's get the filter screwed on and see how it does. Okay, so we've got our bag of dirty water, we've got our filter, and all we're going to do is twist that on, thread it on. Now they warn you about over tightening. Do not over tighten it. That can strip the O-ring out, pop the O-ring out, and all of that. You don't want any leaks. So the next thing to do is just pop that off. Yeah, that works good. You just apply a moderate amount of pressure, and they caution you against pressing too hard on the bag. You don't want to rupture the bag or anything like that. And if you have to exert a lot of force, it means your filter is dirty and you need to backwash it. But at this point, it's as simple as tilting it up and drinking your water. Now you can use this in a number of ways. You can set this up as a gravity filter. Now you can see that's dripping out. I'm not squeezing the bag. I'm just holding the bag by the side. So that gives you a good idea of the flow of this filter. Nothing wrong with that. You can put this filter in line in a camelback system so that you have the reservoir on one side, the bite valve on the other, and you're sucking the water through as you need it. You can set it up as a gravity filter. And it also comes with, the kit comes with a small straw, a drinking straw that fits on the top here, so that you don't even need the bag. You can simply put the filter down in the dirty water and suck directly out of the creek. But that's kind of a little bit of gymnastics for me. But I have really come to appreciate this system. It's incredibly small, incredibly lightweight. It works. It works well. And the only improvement that I could offer is do what everybody says, get a bigger bag. It's a little bit more efficient that way. But this has changed how I hike. I can now, since I'm on the water most all the time, I can throw that little kit and not carry water. I can stop anytime, anywhere, and I can get effortless, clean water. And that saves me a lot of time. It saves me weight. And there's no moving parts in this. Oh, let's talk about cleaning. Let me undo that. Now, cleaning, they give you a big syringe. And what you would do is you would filter some water so that you have clean water to work with, or wait till you get home to do this, and you put the clean water in your syringe, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put the syringe on the clean end of the filter and press. And when you press, it's going to force water back through the filter, and it's going to back flush the filter, and that's going to flush out all of the impurities and the sediment that's been collected in here. They recommend you doing that 2 or 3 times and doing it forcefully to completely clean the filter out. The other caveat is to not let the filter freeze. So if you're in a climate where it's going to get below freezing, once you finish, you shake all the water out of it, make sure it's as dry as possible inside, and then just stick it in your sleeping bag or stick it inside your jacket with you so that it doesn't freeze. But that's it. I give this thing 4 stars. The reason it doesn't get 5 stars is because it came with a bag that's not big enough, and I hate having to buy something and then turn around and go buy something else. Spend an extra $1, charge me an extra $2 or $3, and give me a little bit bigger bag, a little more flexible bag. It's easier to fill up. Other than that, this thing is Meat Trapper approved. I love it. It is a beautiful day out here. Let's go have some fun. Thanks for coming along.